Good morning, Unity of Renaissance. How you doing? Good, good. First, before I begin, don't count this as my minutes. Thank you, Reverend Renee. Wishing you the blessings of healing and health and restorative betterment. And thank you for this community for showing up, all of you. I greatly appreciate you. Today's Sunday lesson is going to be entitled The Alma Mater Manifesto. Now you're probably like, what's she talking about? What the hell does that got to do with Mother's Day? Well, I have a surprise for you. Does anybody know what the definition of alma mater is? I just want to see a show of hands. Do you know what alma mater means? Does anyone else? You too. So, what is it? No. I'm going to go through the history first, so we're going to go through some of the fluff, and then we're going to get deep into the talk, okay? Alma mater is Latin for nourishing mother or nurturing mother. But before that, it was a title of reverence to Greek goddesses. It was whispered in the presence of goddesses like Ceres, the provider, who ensured abundance through every harvest, and Sybil, the protector whose fierce, untamed love embraced all who sought refuge. Their essence can begin to remind us that mothering is more than care. It is the overflow of abundance, the assurance that no soul is forgotten, and that love moves without boundary, the harvest, right? You contain the harvest, but if you let it goes wild, right? And that healing is within reach. So as time passed, the meaning of alma mater expanded in medieval Europe. It became the mantle of the church, offering nourishment not just for the body, but for the soul, and shaping seekers through wisdom, comfort, and sanctuary. By the 18th century, universities adopted the term, recognizing their sacred duty to cultivate the minds, awaken the curiosity. Let me tell you what to know. And plant seeds of knowledge that would bloom in generations. Yet, alma mater has never been confined to the temples or the institutions. It truly is a presence, a force that moves through every act of love, every offering of wisdom, and every moment of transformation. And just as alma mater speaks to the sustaining power of nurturing, the word manifesto carries the pulse of declaration from the Latin manifestus. Yes, see this, I get bored at home. It's kind of like sometimes, I'm going to share with you, sometimes I think of too much. And I'm like, how tall was Jesus? And where did they bathe? Like, there's just questions that begin to go through my mind. So I want to know the etymology of some of this before I spoke it to you. So we have the Latin manifestus, meaning made visible, undeniable, revealed. So a manifesto is never passive. We have the beginning, right? We have this nurturing going on. And then we have this awakening, a sacred proclamation that calls forth truth and demands action. To manifest is to bring the unseen into the seen. Don't we do that a lot? Idris Elba was taken, but I'm going to try if someone else next. And to manifest is to bring the unseen into the seen, to make divine reality tangible, to bring it into the physical, to stand boldly in that fullness of all that has been placed within us. We want because it is us. Don't deny when you want something more of it. There's nothing wrong with wanting. We kind of shun, I shouldn't, why not? It's here for you. Take it. It's yours. So as we move through this talk, I want us to write our alma mater. I want you to begin to write your alma mater manifesto. Because remember, we are not simply speaking words. We are calling forth reality. And we are not merely reflecting on wisdom, we are embodying it. And we are not waiting for transformation. We're going to step into it. A manifesto is an act of spiritual courage. It is the moment we stand in our divine inheritance. You have to understand your divine inheritance. Declaring with certainty that we are whole, we are nurtured, and we are abundantly blessed. Because Fillmore does not talk about mother. He states motherhood, which is an umbrella. The neighborhood, it is a body of people under something. Motherhood are characteristics, are traits that you need to move within. It does not have anything to do with your gender. It has nothing to do with your belief. It is an understanding of the nurturing of God that you need. It is the understanding that you need this, that you need to be soft with yourself, because life will demand you to almost not like the person in the mirror. And as Michael Jackson so eloquently said, stand and look at the man in the mirror or the woman in the mirror and make the change to say, I am the I am. See, we think of mothering as a part, as a play of this one, she. It's for everyone. It is the sacred skill of self-restoration, the deep knowing that you can be strong and tender. You can be both independent yet codependent and capable. For the main thing of mothering is grace. That's what mothering is. A lot of times we feel, we go through things, we try, it doesn't happen, or something doesn't go our way, and we begin to disassemble ourselves. We plan, but God knows, and we don't always know. But we think we can just move things the way it's supposed to be, how it should look, how it needs to be, how it needs to run, who the players are in it, and there's nothing wrong writing your book. But sometimes you got to be willing to change some of the characters and where you're taking it. You think it's one way, but the masterpiece is trying to get there and you taking it off the side street. So here's Mothering 101, and the reason why I'm calling it mothering is because young people today are saying, I'm adulting. They are learning how to pay the bills. I got to pay this. I forgot to take off this. I got all these subscriptions are happening. So I want to help us understand the mothering, because it knows no persons. It's just a trait. So the first rule, rule number 1, is speak to yourself like someone you love. Do you do that for yourself? Or are you almost a stranger to you, never enough? Are you forgetting that it's still a journey that never ends? Are you forgetting that little rambunctious, innocent kid that you still are? Every time you try something new and are scared, you are back into that childhood of the monsters are under the bed. And once you realize that there's no monsters, even though I remember there was a monster building a city when my mother turned out the light with my toys. He really was. He didn't attack me. And you got to remember that part of mothering you is stopping and saying, you can do this. You got this. Because a lot of times we think that we can't get there. I can't. That's what steps in. Those are the monsters. And sometimes they control us. Rule 2, make peace with uncertainty. Because life is not always going to make sense. You think it is, you want it to be, but it's not. Get over it. I had to learn that because I planned, if I go get this degree, if I work here, if I work there, I am. No, none of it mattered. And I had to get to that point. What is your will for me to be the best me? And sometimes we resist the call of the divine because we just want to say it has to look like this, and that's based on perceptions and biases and your parents' view and your society's view. But who are you? Who is this beautiful, magnificent masterpiece that there's only one you? I don't care if you have a twin. You're separated. There's one you. One divine you. One glorious you. One amazing you. One you. Wonderfully made. And God says, and it is good. And you can't forget that is who you are. You cannot forget the beauty of you. Third rule. Stop waiting for permission to rest. When's the last time you got such a good sleep, it was like, or did you go back into the grind again over and over and over? Get some rest. Do you know how hard it is to rest, to stop? When was the last time you made a date to do nothing? Sit back, belch, whatever air comes out of your body, enjoy it. Do nothing. Divine mothering does not ration care. It cares abundantly, unconditionally. So give yourself the same grace you so easily give others. Rule number 4. You don't have to prove your worth. You don't have to prove a thing. And we do that. Some of us do this because we are trying to heal something in the past. I'm good. I got this. Come on. Here. Take my rent money. Take the mortgage. Oh, I can't pay it because I had to help everybody else. Now you're walking outside in front of Walmart with a cup. Stop it. Stop it. I want to read Isaiah 43:1, and I'm using the Message. I love this Bible. I want to read the whole thing because it's powerful. Ready? But now God's message, the God who made you in the first place, Jacob, the one who got you started. Don't be afraid, I've redeemed you. I've called your name, you're mine. When you're in over your head, I'll be there with you. When you're in rough waters, you will not go down. When you're between a rock and a hard place, it won't be a dead end because I am God, your personal God, the Holy One. And I paid a huge price for you. I'm moving down. That's how much you mean to me. That's how much I love you. I'd sell off the whole world to get you back, trade the creation just for you. So don't be afraid. I'm with you. I'll round up your scattered children, pull them in from the east and west. I'll send orders north and south. Send them back. Return my sons from the distant lands. Those are from the fears. Those are from the things that seem so far, but yet we keep bringing them back in. I want them back, every last one that bears my name. Every man, woman, and child whom I created for my glory, not your glory. Thy will be done. Yes, personally formed and made each one. Do you understand? You're already worthy. Stop trying to fight for more. Mothering is the art of keeping yourself together when life tries to pull you apart. It is the radical act of embracing your own wholeness. And when you master it, you don't just survive, you thrive. It doesn't always mean you got to go someplace far. Stop thinking that when I get time, I'm going to find the peace. The peace is within. And stop trying to get a whole bunch of peace. Stop trying to run around with the beads. I'm asking you, have faith as a mustard seed. Well, have a piece of peace. P-I-E-C-E to the P-E-A-C-E. You just need a piece of it. You need a piece of it. You take a Tylenol to kill all your pain, take a piece of peace and find your calm resume again, your balance resume again. Some things you just can't control, let it go. Accept what is, let go of what was, and move on in faith. The mothering principle, this grace in action, that mothering is not just a role, it's a rhythm. It's a movement. It's a force that begins to show up in life when life is trying to break you down. And life must break you down, because when everything is going good, are you always praying? I don't want to know, but I just want us to recall that. I'm not the confessional chick. I just want you to really think about that. When life is going good, how much are you saying, hey, God, thank you? Now, sometimes we do, and sometimes we start moving in the good that we just like, la, 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 right? Just flowing with it. You forget about it. Everything is just moving. And it's when the world turns upside down and you become Erica Kane, all my children. That was an old one. I'll go up to Dallas when my mother watched that. But anyway, so we can go back, right? And when you get to that place, and the drama is hitting the fan, and your life is a soap opera, remixed, that's usually when we say, God, where are you? But the question is, God, why me? Why me for this new lesson that I must endure? Because I'm telling you, personally, I have been through it. Like all of us have been through it. And when we're going through it, it is digging, it is pressing, it is harsh, it is something. And a lot of us are taught to wear this, it's all great. It's gravy without the lumps. And life ain't the gravy without the lumps. Sometimes you're going to get a little bite of flour, especially when you make it from scratch. Whether someone grew up with a loving mother or never knew that kind of care, the act of mothering remains a sacred energy that reaches for us all. Mothering is the art of holding space, of cultivating growth, of protecting what's meant to thrive. And here's the truth, it's really not bound, especially by experiences. It is the principle of divine mind, a function of love in motion. When you're in the mothering mode, I want you to think about that friend who calls you and is like, the hyperventilating, the stress, the anxiety, and what you say to them. You are safe here. That's a good friend. I need you to become friends with you again. We forget that we should be our best friend. Because sometimes you'll be disappointed if you put everything outside of you. Come back to center. Come back. Because when uncertainty shakes you, mothering will steady you. Keep going, you are strong. When doubt creeps in, mothering calls you forward. Step into it anyway. Don't fear the monsters. Don't fear them at all. Healing is already you. It's already within you. So when those wounds linger, mothering reminds you that you are built for restoration. Stop letting those wounds of yesterday stay open. Get the old methylate, the one that burns and turns your arm red. Let it burn because you need to burn that thing out. Heal it. And yes, you will have some scar tissue of yesterday. That reminds you of battle scars. Stop thinking I have wounds. You have battle scars that you've won. Remember that. Mothering is grace in action. For those that need to remember what grace is, it is the divine flow that lifts, restores, and reminds us that wholeness is not earned, it is inherent. It is the presence of unconditional love, always available, always there, always seeking, always needing you to remember you. It is the unconditional love that we have sought in others. Always available, always moving, always calling us back to truth. Before the fear, before the shame, before the guilt, before the heartbreak, before the heartache, the I failed, before the stuff. It is love reaching in the cracks of the concrete. It is kissing the wounds, not hiding them. You are never abandoned, never forgotten, never beyond repair. I need us to remember that. Never, ever are you beyond repair, And stop saying, I'm broken. You are not. I don't care if you have prosthesis, you are not broken. You just have a little bit of biotic help. 2 Corinthians 12:9 reminds us that my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Metaphysically, this verse reveals that weakness is not failure. It is the space where divine strength enters. When we release the illusion of self-sufficiency, we open ourselves to the flow of grace, allowing the divine power to move through us, restore us, and lift us beyond the limitations of what we only know. Paul's thorn in the flesh represents the human struggle, the ego, the resistance, the doubt. It's okay. Sometimes your ego presses you forward. I'm not one, kill the ego. No, she's sometimes cute. Maybelline, I call her. And when Maybelline comes up, Maybelline helps me step further into power. Sometimes you need your Maybelline or your Maxwell, whatever you call them, but you should name your little ego. Because when it peeks around, you're like, come on now. I didn't invite you right now. You need to go back, right? Send it back, but name it. Because you got to know when you see it. You don't have to fight it, though. You don't have to prove yourself worthy because ego comes in and it goes out because the little fear comes in. Ego is the little arrogance. I got that. I could do it. Who they think they are? It makes you step up. Think about it. I understand what Freud said. We got to get a little, there's a purpose for it. If it wasn't meant to be, there's a purpose for everything that the divine gives us for us to move through the world. New Thought teaches that grace is a spiritual law. Like gravity, it is always present, always working, always available. It is a divine mothering presence that holds us when life shakes us, reminding us that we are never separate from the divine, from God, never beyond restoration, never not needing its divine support. But we are just these eternal students of life. We must also become the nurturers of this journey. Life will shake us. The ground beneath us will tremble, whether through heartbreak, loss, rejection, or unforeseen change. The earthquakes of our existence will threaten to knock us down, leaving us struggling for our footing. But divine mothering says, you are not alone, you are held. So let the earth shake. You still standing, aren't you? You still here. We forget. When it's shaking, we're like, I'm going to die. You ain't, you're still here. Because you know spirituality. You know a truth. You don't know fear. You know God. And that's a big difference. Fearing God and knowing God are two different things. To know God is to love God and the beauty of God and the dimensions of God that carry you through every storm. How much time I got? Because I didn't bring my phone, of course, and I have the stopwatch there. What is it? All the time you want. So, I say to you today, you are meant to be whole. You are meant to be nurtured. You are meant to be well. And even though this world might tell you otherwise, it has taught you what love is and what it is not. Now, it has taught you that success must be fought for. It does not. What mother withholds from her child? What has God withheld from you? What has God, tell me, what has God, now I'm asking you a question, now tell me. But when you think about it, not a thing. God doesn't have the biases of man, the thoughts, I like her, I don't like him. Because the sun shines on the good and the bad. The rain falls on each of us to nourish us, to give us. Food is for all. Even a homeless person gets their fill. Let's see it. Let's see it for what it is. There is no such thing as lack. God said that I will feed the little birds. Don't the birds eat? Every day you see them munching, getting down, whether it's a little piece of Kentucky Fried Chicken crust or something. If a bird can get it. So does it really mean it's about the work, or is it just meaning that I will provide for you? See, the divine mothering, that part of God that's the nurturing, does not operate on the human systems of restriction or flaws or boundaries. It just flows. It just is. And that means you don't have to beg. You don't have to pray for, please, God, help me. Now, please, please stop it. It is waiting for you to connect knowing that it will be so, because so it is. Don't we say that? And so it is. I usually say, and so it is, and it shall be so. I don't know why I added that, but I just like the way it sounds. You could add your own thing if you want to, and so it is. Delicious. I don't know. But for me, that's what I begin to add to it. We know that life is going to bring you financial stresses, uncertainty about the future, heartbreak, rejection, disappointment. These are the earthquakes, existence shaking your foundation. But let me tell you something, you've never really hit the ground alone. You really haven't. Mothering and motherhood is not about raising children, it's about raising yourself up. It is the force when doubt creeps in. It steadies you. It speaks into your struggle. It reminds you you're safe. It pushes you forward. It helps you rise in the insecurities when failures weigh heavy, when dreams feel too distant. It whispers, keep going, you are stronger than this moment. It's your wholeness. It is healing. And here's the truth. Love is about lifting, restoring, an unshakable presence. So when life shakes you, when anxiety begins to grab you, remember, yes, hold on because it's something new coming. But don't beg for God to give you the peace that you were made in. And stop hustling for its grace. You ain't got to hustle for it. It's just what it is. You don't have to prove your worth. Fear has no power over you. You are redeemed, called by name, and eternally held in love. That's Isaiah 43:1. I know we look at the Bible as a metaphysical book, but open it sometime and just be like, what you got to tell me? What you got to tell me today? Because we have received this divine mothering, we must begin to embody it. We must become the presence of love, resilience, and abundance for each other. This is the promise and the truth. And as we write our Alma Mater Manifesto, let us stand in this full truth that mothering is not this act. It is the wisdom that steadies us, the grace that catches us, the love that refuses to let us fall. It is not bound by these titles, roles, or circumstances. It simply is. We walk in it. We must carry it forward because we are the extensions of it. And because we have been nurtured, we will nurture. You must be that which you seek. Lift yourself up while you lift another up, because there's someone else drowning and needs a life raft. This is our manifesto. This shall be our declaration. This is the truth we will stand in, the legacy you will carry forward. And as you write your Alma Mater Manifesto, I want you to remember that mothering is more than an act. It is a divine rhythm woven into the fabric of your existence. It is the force that will lift you when you falter. It is not confined to anything other than simply being you. And as you embrace you, may you receive the blessings, become the living embodiment of its truth with an unwavering love that is so for you only. Take care, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's ground ourselves. We're going to do a little bit of meditation or prayer. You are so very beautiful, so very wonderfully made. Never forget that. There are times that you will question, and it is good, but know that the answer is already there. And remember that the grace is not something that is only for a few. It walks with you daily. Get to know it. Get to know it. you will realize that God's comfort is always with you. Love yourself like you've never loved before. I want you to, it's a little different meditation. I want you to take your right arm and pull it over to your left shoulder, and your right arm and your left arm and pull it to your right shoulder. And I want you to squeeze. And be like, hey, me. Now we're going to get to the African American thing, call and response. Say, hey, me. Hey. How you doing? I'm sorry I haven't spoke to you in a minute. But today and tomorrow we shall meet again. I love you. And it's good to be back with you. Squeeze. Let's just sit in that. As you get to know you again. Be the joy today. And so it is. Thank you. Thank you.